Today we are breaking down two of the biggest games on the Saturday MLB slate, and I personally have been red hot. A 15-3 all sports run. I'm going to tell you about that along with a lot more. Let's roll. We're going to begin with the Guardians and Tigers, but real quick, take a minute and go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a comment below. WagerTalk, the #1 pick service in the industry. So make sure you like and subscribe. All right, so we have game 3 of the Detroit Tigers and Cleveland Guardians from Detroit. Cleveland has taken the first 2 games of this series. They had struggled coming into this series and have gotten back on track. Vice versa, the Tigers have been having a lot of success, and I expect them to get back on track here. This is a great time to fade Luis Ortiz, who is due for major regression. When you run down his metrics, there's some really appalling things that stand out to me. First of all, he's got command issues, so we'll take free passes if we're Detroit, who, by the way, the Tigers have scored the 4th most runs in all of baseball, so I wouldn't worry too much about this offense. The lineup is going to get back on track. But Ortiz has a barrel rate sitting at 13.6%. That is through the roof, amongst the worst of all MLB pitchers in the game. He also has a hard hit rate sitting at 50%. So we can expect a lot of hard contact out of Detroit. Add in maybe a few walks with his command issues, and that spells scoring for the Tigers. Now, as this is recorded, Casey Mize is scheduled to come off the IL. He hasn't been gone for that long, just a few weeks, and he exited in terrific form. Mize allowed just 1 run in his last start over 6 innings in Coors Field, and we know how hitter-friendly that park is. Runs come in enormous numbers at good old Coors, but he was able to allow just 1 run, and that has not been an anomaly. Mize has allowed just 1 run in 3 of his past 4 starts. He enters with a WOBA sitting at just 272. So, we can also add on the fact that the Detroit Tigers have a top 5 bullpen once Mize exits, if they have him on a pitch count or whatever. All that spells up to a lot of hard contact. We have a bet on pitcher taking the mound and a team that has demonstrated they are one of the best in baseball. Give me the Detroit Tigers in this one. So before we get into our next game, let me tell you a little bit about what I have going on at WagerTalk, and it is nothing but great stuff. First of all, I'm the #1 ranked handicapper at WagerTalk in the month of May. The month of May has generated tremendous profit for me and my clients as we continue to cash day after day. We just cashed a 5% top play on the Angels yesterday. We are on a 15-3 all sports run. We've been doing great in the NBA playoffs. We're on a 13-3 MLB run and up over 54 units of profit over our last 31 MLB plays. Absolutely crushing the books in all sports. Tonight, I have an NBA winner that you will not want to miss. The playoff game between the Timberwolves and Thunder, a right side winner for you there. So make sure you head on over to the page. We also have a special going right now. It is fantastic. This special is discounted at around $400 off. So it is our summer celebration, and you can grab every single pick that I release for under $5 a day. It's a tremendous deal. It's right there for you on the page. And all you have to do to join my client list and start making money is head to wt.buzz/JA or click the link in the bio that is probably provided in the description down below. But if it's not, wt.buzz/JA to become a client, join the winning team, and start making money. Let's get into the game that I'm sure a lot of you are going to be very interested in, and that is the Dodgers-Mets as they continue their series from Citi Field in Queens, and boy, did Game 1 live up to the hype. The Dodgers prevail in 13 innings. There were so many crazy things that happened in that game, right? But one major thing that I can take away from this one is that Tanner Scott blew the save. The Mets tied the game in the ninth to send it to extras, and that tells us that Tanner Scott can be got by the Mets. The Mets can get to this LA bullpen, and I'm going to lean New York here, and I'm going to give you a couple reasons why. Tony Gonsolin on the mound, and Gonsolin is an average to below average pitcher. When you look at his metrics, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're terrible, but he's not elite either. Gonsolin gave up 4 runs last time out, including 2 home runs to the Angels in just 4 innings. He also has just 4 starts on the season, so not a huge sample size to work with, but we've seen him pitch throughout his career, and we know that Gonsolin is an extreme fly ball pitcher. So those home runs, we can expect a few more from New York this evening. Now, moving over to the other side and David Peterson, his metrics, same thing, not outstanding, but not terrible either. But the one thing I will say about Peterson, while Gonsolin is an extreme fly ball pitcher, Peterson is the complete opposite. Great at keeping hitters on the ground. And that's why he's had so much success this season. 91st percentile in his ground ball rate. That's fantastic. And I expect that to continue today. Now, Peterson has 9 starts under his belt, so a much bigger sample size. He hasn't allowed more than 3 earned runs in any start, and he's allowed just 2 earned or less in 8 of those 9. So Peterson, bet on for me right now. Absolutely. We saw the Dodgers blow a save yesterday, and Citi Field's going to be rocking. The Dodgers are in town. It's Saturday night. The Mets offense has shown us that they can produce. I know that Juan Soto got a little talking to about his hustling, but we know this Mets lineup is very strong. So is the Dodgers. Absolutely. I just don't like Gonsolin, and I'm going to fade him here fresh off his bad start. His struggles continue. Peterson's success remains. He allowed just 1 run over 6 in the Bronx to the Yankees in his last start. He's going to be fine against LA here. Give me the Mets in this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and grab my NBA best bet tonight over on the page. Once again, wt.buzz/JA. And until next time, happy gambling.